Hey everybody, Obey the Papaya here, back at you with another YouTube video. So this YouTube video is going to be strictly based on minions. Understanding the minions, ways to de-aggro them, explaining the gold, and just all things minions. This is going to make you a minion god. You will be the master to these minions. You will be able to control them and understand them. But hey, let's get straight into it. So first thing, Salami, he's actually a person who's helped me with a guide that he sent me. I didn't help me directly, but he created a guide and it was extremely helpful. I have it in another video I did, and I wanted to kind of not necessarily remake it, but I wanted to make it strictly on minions, kind of take step by step. But there's a little bit of outdated on it. I talked with him about it. He says he wants to work on it. I want to help him with it. And I decided, let me take a look at the minions, and I'll start with the minions right now. And I wanted to make this a video. So I appreciate you, Salami. You motivated me to do this. So thank you for that. And let's get right into it because I know you guys want this information. There is going to be video stuff that comes up in game showing how to de-aggro on minions. So please, like, this is a very good video. This is going to help you be a god amongst men against a lot of people and control that wave, manipulate that wave, right? So let's discuss it. So melee minions are worth 26 gold. Ranged minions are worth 16 gold. For the total, for the first and second wave, totals to 110 gold if we were to perfectly clear out the minions. And in reality, you want to prioritize the ranged minions because ranged minions are what's going to really damage you when it comes to poke. So you really want to clear out the ranged minions and then clear out the melee. You can always kite the melee minions, right? So that's it. So a cannon, which is the bigger minion, those come every third wave. Wave spawns every 30 seconds, so this comes in at a minute 30. Waves start spawning at 1 minute. So a cannon is worth 53 gold, and it comes on top of those the five total minions, which is 3 melee, 2 range, and then a cannon for a total of 163 gold. All right. Now, cannon value does go up a few gold every single time it spawns. It's relatively negligible, of course, until you get into the 10, 15 minute. Then you're probably talking up to, I think it totals up and ends at around 80-ish, 70, 80-ish gold. I didn't want to wait that long. It's somewhat negligible. You should always prioritize cannons, but to show you that cannons are worth it, and eventually they will grow, and they will, I think, cap at 80 gold, 70 gold. So it's, you do want to prioritize cannons as they're worth more, right? So after 15 minutes, 1 extra range minion will spawn every single wave. All right. Also, 1 extra cannon wave will spawn. So then it becomes 1 of 5, 1 of 6 lane, and then 2 of 7, which include the 2 cannon minions, right? So that's how a lot of people get their CS per minute up, which is something I know a lot of people go, CS per minute, CS per minute. I need 10 CS per minute in 5 minutes. That's not true. You don't get that. It scales up over time. As you get into late game, and usually early game, if you're perfect, you should have about 350 CS per minute. Early game, up to about 15 minutes if you're perfect. Late game, you're going to be getting 500 to 550 CS per minute, right? So it scales upward. It's not a linear scale. It's going to curve up towards the end. Hence how people get the 10 CS per minute. In theory, if you kept it the same, it's not possible. Like, I mean, you'd be literally going to your lanes and taxing them. So it's something to consider, right? So after 15 minutes, 1 extra range minion will spawn and 1 extra cannon wave, and I have second and third waves will spawn cannon waves, which helps you push and all that stuff. It gets you more gold. So minions take 16 seconds to become visible, which is reaching tier 1 tower. That's how long it takes to go from the spawner to tier 1 tower, to basically the center of tier 1 tower. After 25 minutes, cannons will spawn every single wave. Starting at 25 minutes, they will spawn. Gold value of cannon will be approximately 70 to 80 gold. So, once again, now this is where you're talking about getting the CS per minute increase, right? You're going to get a ton of cannons. You're going to do a lot of damage. It helps you clear and take towers a lot faster too. Now, on top of that, I didn't add in that I should add in, and I'll add into the guide, is that at 8, this isn't necessarily minions anymore, but at 8 minutes, the armor of the turret is gone. So turrets have armor to make them tankier, so you can't destroy them very quick, right? ARAM, which is send 5 people mid, basically, right? It's 8 minutes, and the armor will drop off the turret, and then they'll take like full damage relative to the armor that's already stacked on there, if there is, which we don't know. So that's a thing. So I wanted to share this information about how important it is, right? When it comes to not wave management, how much a wave is worth. To simplify it, just a death, if they're not super fed or anything, is around 300 gold. There's a lot of bounties in the system that we don't know yet, as you know, the consumers, as the players. We don't know that information, but it's about 300 gold per kill, excluding first bloods and all that stuff. Just to put it in perspective. So in reality, 3 waves equal a kill. So if you miss a wave, you're missing basically a third of a kill. It can put you behind, right? Hence why, and this is assuming you're perfect, you know? So that's why farm is important and why you want to prioritize it. It also gives you a ton of XP, right? So boom, XP is it's the next important step on it. XP, you can get XP, and XP is a priority over the gold, right? You do want to prioritize XP. Stay in the range of the minion, right? So that way you're able to get the levels. Because think of it as 1 level equals an item. Like it's basically what it is. It's 1 level equals an item. It's very strong to have a level advantage on your opponent. So in reality, you do want to prioritize. We'll put it here. Prioritize XP over gold, though, right? Because that is what it is. XP is very important, and that's how it should be. But this is something that we want to get into minions. We want to get into details on them, and it's important information. And I'm not necessarily going to go through XP overall on minions because it gets into weirder numbers that it doesn't show. It doesn't help well. You get like 60 XP, but the total XP and all that stuff, it's a ton of information. It's stuff that I don't want to necessarily prioritize necessarily, but just know that XP in reality is prioed over gold. You want to make sure you get XP. Just don't int. Don't die and lose XP. Just don't get gold, gain XP. That's what it is. All right, so that's like my basic stuff for just understanding minion waves, when they spawn, the gold worth of them, to get a better understanding of what's going on in your lane, what's going on in the game in general, because they are very important, right? So that's that. Next, we're going to go into ways to de-aggro minions. This is de-aggroing for mid lane, duo lane, and off lane. That's what's going to come up. What I'm showing you here is in duo lane. When I'm hitting the enemies, the minions seem to de-aggro as I'm sitting on this area. There seems to be some sort of invisible line, which I showed right there. That's basically telling the minions to stop attacking you. So in duo lane, use this to your advantage to poke the enemy and walk in this area and have the minions de-aggro. And you can see you can just kind of keep hitting them and they just never aggro on you. This is only in duo lane though. We'll get into off lane in a bit. Alright, so now we're in off lane. So in off lane, that mechanic doesn't really work here. As you can see, I'm hitting the Fang Mao, and we're not getting it. We're past that invisible line like in duo lane, but we're not really getting them to de-aggro from us. But you can see right there seems to be a box in that area where they would eventually do that. So they can't necessarily go all the way into Cyanfa, right? Right there, right? We're not seeing them aggro into us. They're kind of stopping. So there's a spot in that location. And up here you can see, I'll just hit the Fang Mao, and I'll show that even on the ledge, you're not getting a de-aggro. So it's kind of weird. You see that the melee minion stops, but the range minions are attacking. So there's some sort of weird mechanic, and boom, the melee minion did follow me that time. So now we are on the mid lane. So in mid lane, basically the only way you can really get a de-aggro is if only the enemy or only the minions are at a different elevation to you. So right here, they're aggro onto me, I jump down, they'll de-aggro onto you. And it doesn't require such a crazy amount of height, maybe half that height. But you can see, I'll hit him, boom. You saw him aggro and instantly de-aggro. They're not going to chase you down or anything like that. Hope you guys like this video. I plan to make more videos with tips and tricks to help all players. I also make gameplay videos, news videos, and more. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more. It helps me out a lot and it keeps me motivated to continue making content. Peace.